All right. Welcome to the test show for the online Chizzle and Dizzle hour.
Yes, unfortunately, unlike the radio show, we are not allowed to have any sort of music involved. So we'll be just kind of talking, and unfortunately, there's not going to be any background noise.
For the time being, at least with the music, we have to see if we can record our own music. But with rights and everything, we're on a radio station, so we're just a website. We don't have any sites that we can not sites. What am I trying to say, Dave? Copyright laws and
Stuff like that. But the beauty with the beauty with radio or internet radio, anyways, is that we can do whatever we want. We can talk about it whatever we want. We can say whatever we want. Nothing is off limits.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess that's the only good thing about doing it on the internet as opposed.
It's true. And we're gonna do a little bit different format with this show because since Dave is no longer doing what was your show, Politics Hour with?
Oh, the Naked Issues.
Yeah, I figured we were gonna kind of.
Oh yeah, we could
which was a bit of a topic forbidden.
Yeah. Well, yeah, on the Chizzle and Dizzle show.
Yes.
Well, yeah, which is unfortunate at the time, but
it's probably better because, to be honest with you, I didn't really know a lot about politics in college. I only sort of started following it in the last.
I was in politics. I did a politics show. I don't know anything about politics. Okay. So we can do whatever we want.
Okay, well, that's good. Because I don't know anything about anthropology. I would just go about it for anthropology.
Yeah, and actually, both of us are in, now that we're done with college and we're starting our careers, you're starting a new one, we're still not doing what we did in college.
No, which is true.
Which goes to show, folks, it doesn't matter what you did in college.
It's true. No, it's absolutely true.
I mean, right now...
I was having a conversation with my father about this, and he said basically the reality about bachelor's degrees is that it's really just a check mark to an employer saying, okay, check, when you're interviewing this person, they can, follow through, they can complete the tasks of getting a bachelor's degree, et cetera, et cetera. It's not really, and I mean, if you go in and do a master's degree and do a concentration in your master's degree, then that's something different, but, most people, it's just sort of a check mark. And then, because as I've been working, the more I've been kind of learning is that you really learn everything you do on the job.
Oh, yeah.
Like even if you went to college, where you pretty much, because every company does does it differently, or there's different ways to do it, and everyone has their own sole proprietor, software, and so it's really, you just learn everything on the job. It's really how fast you can learn.
Yeah, so it definitely is. I mean, I have to. Actually, right now I'm taking my job. I'm doing insurance, and so I have to take a course. I have to actually pass a test and to get my license in it, and that's really nothing that I did in college. So it's kind of under the gun pressure right now, because if I don't do well on the test, more than a dozen times, your livelihood is at stake. So
you'll be fine.
Yeah,
you'll be fine.
Anyways, yeah. So
I don't know. Lots of sales jobs out there.
Yeah, there's tons of sales jobs out there,
and most of them you don't actually need to get certificates for or anything.
So, anyways,
tell me something, Dave.
Tell you something? Well, there was just
tell me something. But yeah, okay, tell me something too.
Wait, what'd you say?
I said sell me something, but sell me on what you're going to tell me.
I just saw on TV right now. I'm watching G4, and they have a commercial for.
You watch that stupid channel?
What's that?
Watch that stupid channel.
Oh, it's great, bro. They just had a commercial on. They just had a commercial on for this portable Guitar Hero, but it's just a pick. So you can look like a moron air guitaring, by yourself, but in front of your friends.
I don't need a video game to do that.
I know, absolutely. In fact, that's the thing. The only time that you look kind of cool is when you're by yourself and you're listening to music.
I know.
And that's in front of the mirror for a few hours every day.
Yep. Well, you have to get the rock and roll jumps down.
Yeah, yeah. And if you're into hardcore music, you're totally jumping around doing somersaults and that kind of shit. So
no, I can't believe actually. Now I have a bit of a vendetta against G4.
Yeah, go ahead.
Because they destroyed the greatest TV station that ever existed, which was Tech TV.
Yeah.
And they basically came in and said they were going to leave it the same, leave the spirit the same, leave the same hosts and everything. And then within like a month, they fired everybody that was a part of Tech TV except for two people, which was Morgan Webb and Adam Sessler, who are now do X-Play. Yep. And they just turned it into, from kind of this like tech savvy show, to just basically the MTV of video games. and I kind of hate it.
Yeah, but they don't do they don't do reality shows. What do you mean?
Well,
They still do. X plays totally video games. Attack of the Show is all tech. I mean,
yeah, but it's different. It's like the pop cool. Like the show used to be, it was like Leo Laporte, who was like this 50-year-old guy who wore like a Hawaiian shirt and like just sort of these nerdy-looking guys with glasses and these nerdy-looking girls with glasses and stuff. And it was just like a place for nerds. Now it's just all like the cool-looking hip people with leather jackets and the smooth hair and
But they're getting 10 times the ratings that they probably do.
Yeah, but I don't care. I know. I mean, it's absolutely true. There's more of a market for just the blatant video game public, but I don't know. I miss the tech TV. I miss tech.
Yeah,
TV.
well, you know what? That's too bad.
Yeah, I know. It's too bad.
That's okay. It's funny. I mean, now that we're actually with our careers and we can actually start making money, a lot of that stuff looks like it's in reach to buy. Like
yes,
new computers, new games, 70-inch television.
Yeah, no, it's true. Like stuff you never thought would be possible. It's like in 6 months maybe.
Yeah, exactly. And that's my point in life, is just to buy stuff.
Yeah.
To accumulate.
It really is the only thing that is important.
Really, honestly, like, that's all I want in life. I don't want to solve any disease. I don't want to, be a part of any scientific breakthrough. I just want to buy as much stuff as I can.
Oh,
but really expensive stuff.
By the way, talking about scientific breakthroughs, the world might end tomorrow.
Oh yes, the atom demolisher or something like that.
Yep. Actually, hang on, I can't remember the name of it. Here, talk for a second. I'm gonna look it up online.
I'm just saying, because like immediately, well, the great thing about my job that I'm doing is that it's sort of self-employed. So a lot of things that I would have to buy for the job are going to be written off at the end of the fiscal year. So
that's normal, though. That's normal.
No, and that's great.
And also one thing you can do is when you do your taxes, all the money you spent while you were job hunting, that gets written off too.
Yeah. Well, what I'm going to do is now hire an accountant, and I'll be giving him all my receipts and go, good luck.
Have fun. No, it's no, I mean, I've had some pretty complicated taxes, but I mean, if you get the right accountant, they're just kind of like, yeah, I've seen
1099 forms and all that.
Yeah. Okay, hang on. Still looking up the Atom Smasher.
That's what I'm talking,
bro. What?
I said that's what I'm talking.
Okay.
But I don't know. It seems like it's going to be a good time. And speaking of which, we were talking about video games just a second ago, briefly, anyways. And Spore just came out for the PC, and I don't know if they're actually going to release them for the PS3 or the 360. I don't know. I doubt it.
Well, it got worse reviews. It got good reviews, but it was only I think IGN gave it like an 8.5 or an 8.8, something like that. Okay, so it's not
what everyone was hoping it would.
Yeah.
Which honestly, how could they? People had these huge expectations that the game's going to, like, you're going to be able to evolve from a lower species to, and the biggest problem with that though would be how big of a game are we talking about?
Yeah.
I mean, if they did that, it would I don't know, it'd just be too big. I don't think people would.
I mean, I think a lot of people.
Possible.
Well, they could probably do it in the future. I think the thing is, a lot of people have kind of been disappointed by the current generation, in the sense that it wasn't nearly as new generations of consoles and everything aren't nearly as, what's the word I'm looking for? As expansive as amazing as they claim they're going to be. Like, you're going to be able to have 5 billion people on the screen at once. You're going to have entire planets with 50 cities on it that you could explore without any load times and stuff. And what we're really, I mean, the thing is, it still shows that we're still we're still probably, I don't know, if I had to guess, like 2 or 3 generations away from that. And right now, this is really just kind of a graphics upgrade. At the moment, not entirely just a graphics upgrade, but it's just kind of a step forward. It's not the leap that everybody said it was.
It's not, and honestly, if you look at it gameplay wise, it's not even a step forward. It's not a step backwards. It's just kind of improving a little bit. Like, there's more. I don't know what. No, honestly, all the first-person shooters are all the same. All the RTSs are the same. RTSs, in my opinion, are the best, but RPGs are the same. There's nothing new. Absolutely, it's all saturated by just random.
I think a lot of it has to do with economics too, because I think it's kind of hitting a wall.
What do you mean?
Where you sort of